Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm coming at you again for part 2 of the top 15 decent to good movies of 2019 video that I started doing. So let's continue where I left off. At number 5 is Cold Pursuit. This stars Liam Neeson in this movie, and I thought this movie was good. Um, yeah, there are some scenes in here that just didn't work, but overall, I thought it was good, and it made it at my number 5. I don't really have much to discuss in this video, because I'm gonna pretty much go through the last 5, which I just discussed number 5, and I'm gonna discuss the last 4. And at number 4 is Brightburn. This movie was really good. It was a good movie. It would have been in my best movies of 2019, but it unfortunately didn't make it. But it made it at a good spot at my decent to good movies. And it just pretty much talks about this kid who has these superpowers, but instead of using it for good, he uses it for evil. So he's pretty much the bad guy in this movie. And he starts killing off people. It goes very slow in the beginning, and Elizabeth Banks plays as his mother in the movie, and the dad in it, well, I'm not gonna say what happens to him, but because I'd be spoiling it. But this movie was badass, and this is a movie worth purchasing, and yeah, I thought it was really good, and it made it at my number 4. At number 3 is Long Shot. This one was pretty much had Charlize Theron in it, playing as the secretary in the beginning, and she's trying to run for 2020 president campaign mostly. And then she runs into Seth Rogen, who's trying to be her script reader or whatever, or is the script reader for her in this movie, and I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. But yeah, this movie did did good, and it made it at my number 3. I don't really have much to discuss about that movie. It's just it was a good movie, and there was one funny scene in it that made me laugh so hard, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It was a disgusting scene, but it was funny at the same time. But yeah, this movie made it at my number 3. At number 2 is Rocket Man. This movie was about Elton John and how he started off with his music career. And he pretty much got the fame he wanted. Then he stumbled and fell and did prescription drugs and like overdosed on that stuff and had a crazy life mostly in the beginning, but he came clean and confessed what he had done wrong and made amends for what he did. And this was actually a really good movie. This was probably this would have been in my best movies, but it's unfortunately got an 8 out of 10 because there were a couple scenes in here that didn't do so well, but it's still good. It's still a good, inspiring tale. So, yeah, I made it at my number 2. And at number 1, drum roll, please. Sorry if it's silence. Tolkien is number 1. Tolkien was about J.R.R. Tolkien, who's the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit writer who made those books and got inspired to make those books. And it just mostly shows you his backstory and when he was a kid, how his mother was always telling him stories and all that. He was a pretty smart, intelligent kid. And pretty much this movie just was good. He had to go to war in towards the end of this movie, and he got inspired to make the books because of the war that he was in. I think it was World War One or World War Two. It was probably World War One. I think. I'm not sure. But he got inspired to make the Hobbit books, and towards the end of the movie it shows you in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit, and then it pretty much closes there and you're like, oh crap, I want to see more. It's an anticipating ending, but it's really good, and that's why it made it at my number one, because I really love this movie and it is worth purchasing. Comment below. Let me know what your guys' favorite top 15 decent to good movies are of 2019. And if you like this video, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you tomorrow or this weekend for the Men in Black International movie review and the Shaft movie review. And I think Toy Story 4 is coming out this Friday. So if it is, I'll probably review that too. I think I'll be reviewing that. I'll have to check when it's coming out, because I'm not sure. But I will return to you as well for more top 10 okay to meh albums of 2019 and top 10 worst movies of 2019 I'll be doing pretty soon. I don't know when, it just depends on when the next worst movie comes out, and then I'll put it at my certain spot. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one.